It's puck time, Carmine and the Prez. Wednesday, only 3 games on the board. Carm, show us your shirt.
It's the WagerTalk NHL jersey. I play a very important part of the team. I coach.
Who do you coach?
I coach the WagerTalk hockey team.
There is one?
Yes, there is one. You weren't invited. I came out to watch one of your games, and we weren't too impressed, so Johnny said cut him.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. And last night, I played hockey. We lost 5-2. I scored the first goal. On my own net.
It's pretty good. It was a theme for the night because the New York Islanders scored the first 3 goals of the game. Unfortunately, 2 of them were in their own net.
Yeah, and I was on the Islanders last night. I don't want to talk about it, but I will tell you this.
Listen, we have to talk about one quick thing. There's nothing worse. Listen, it's sports. Everything either goes in your favor, goes against your favor. It's just the way it is. But I had the under in that game, a personal play. Under 6. It's 2.5 minutes left, and it finishes 4-3. It's absolutely disgusting, but you take those the same way you take an open net goal that helps you when you have the puck line. So it's sports. It's you got to take it.
That it is, my friend. So I scored a goal on my own net last night, and I celebrated like legit, hands in the air, fist pumped, almost Tiger Williams did. You
had over 6.5, didn't you?
Yeah.
In that 5-2 loss.
Yeah, I'm going to start putting out lines on my hockey game. Really quick, Carm, before we get into it. 3 videos from me today. NFL presidential address with Kelly. 40 minutes long. We talk about 4 games. We also had Ralph on Morning Joe and the Pro. And I want to, I did this during the NFL presidential address. I want to do it now. This shirt right here, Carm.
Yes.
John Lennon. My daughter painted that.
Yeah,
Listeners, if you like our show and you want to do me a solid, head over to m2designs.ca. That's M for Mary, the number 2, designs.ca, and buy one of those shirts. My 17-year-old daughter needs all the support she can get. Carm?
Yes.
3 games today. Let's get into each one of them. Nashville on the road against the lowly Chicago Blackhawks. I have no doubt that if Alex was on this show, he would tell us to bet the first period over the total. Chicago's been gold. But look, Nashville, my friend, they just beat Toronto 4-0. They beat Montreal 4-1. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're playing a Chicago team who is zigzagging a little bit right now, just lost to Calgary. These 2 teams are in different leagues. The home dog is upwards of 170 is the highest number. 160 is the average. The over and under 6. I'm taking the Blackhawks, Carm.
I don't know. It's a tough card tonight. The one thing about it's very tough to take the Hawks at any time.
Yes, it is, dude.
Nashville, especially because Nashville's last 2 defensive performances in Montreal, in Toronto, were masterpieces, I really think. But if there's one thing you fall back on, it's this road record for Nashville. Listen, they won their first 8 games, set a record, first 8 games on the road, then lost their next 10. Do you know how hard it is for a team like Nashville to lose 10 in a row on the road? And now they've won, 3 of the last 4. It's tough. You're laying. I think it's like you're laying 170 on the road if you want Nashville. That game for me, it's more of a pass. I'm glad it's a short card. The total's pretty much split both ways. 6 minus 105 juice either way. But yeah, I'm looking at Nashville's 180. I couldn't touch that game, but if you want to take Chicago. As a live dog, having won 3 of the last 4. It's that Nashville road record that may save you.
Chicago has lost 3 of their last 4.
No, I believe Chicago has, yeah, they've lost 3 of their last 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But, here's my reasoning, Carm. It was such an outstanding defensive and offensive performance against Toronto and Montreal. They did lose before that to Detroit in overtime in Detroit. But this is Nashville's 4th game on the road. They're getting tired. It's a soft spot for them given that they're playing a team that they just don't care about. One thing we know about hockey, you get up and you get down for your competition. They got up for Toronto, they got up for Montreal, and I think they're going to get down for Chicago. I think Chicago is super live. I'm going to be laying a small amount of cash on the dog, and I can get it at some books at almost plus 190. So I think there's a lot of value there.
It's not bad, and Chicago did beat them back in mid-December, 2-1 at home. So. And it's funny, the last 3 games in Chicago between these two has finished 2-1. For the last 5 have gone under the total. So in Chicago.
Yeah, I like the under too, especially with Nashville playing. I mean, their defense is so good. The next game we're going to talk about is the Calgary Flames, 27-13 on the season, and they're playing Colorado tonight. They're hosting. Colorado is 20-15 on the season, and to be honest with you, I've really been struggling to bet on or against this Colorado team. I just feel like they should be better than what they are. The problem is they're a one-man show. They've lost 7 of their last 8 games. Calgary is minus 200 tonight. The over and under is 6.5. And, the money needs to be on the over here, Carm. Calgary can score like maybe the best scoring team in the league right now, them in Tampa Bay. 4-3 in their last game, 3-2, 4-6, 5-3, 8-3. And Colorado is a scoring team too. 4-7 their last game they lost. They won 6-1 against the Rangers. I lean on the over, but again, Carm, I can't take Calgary as the favorite here. I like Calgary on the 3-way. There's still a little money to be, still a little juice. I think Calgary does win this game, but I can't lay 200. I'm going to go with Calgary to win in regulation.
Yeah, it's tough. When you're looking at Colorado, they more or less, it's their top line. You shut that top line down. You have like Rantanen, McKinnon, Landeskog. Like you look at the points that these guys are racking up. You have Rantanen's got 19 goals, 47 assists. You got McKinnon 25 and 40, and then you got Landeskog 27 and 22. These guys, their line is unbelievable. It's fish or cut bait with these guys. You shut down that top line, and you pretty much shut these guys down. You look at that last game they played in Calgary, November 1st, 6-5. Colorado had a 4-1 lead heading to the third, and Calgary scored 5 straight to go up 6-4 before Colorado got a late marker. But, it's tough. Colorado's lost their last 5 on the road, last 4 in Calgary. So, yeah, if you're going to go with anything, you've got to go with Calgary or nothing here. I always like to look at back-to-backs, and, Colorado did get blown out in Winnipeg last night, 7-4, but they're 3-3. So there's not much either way on if you're looking at how a team performs back-to-back. We looked at St. Louis yesterday. They were 0-4 in back-to-backs. They came home, played Dallas, and I told you I like Dallas there, and Dallas got the win there. So I don't know. I like totals when they're 6. 6.5's a little tougher. You always need that extra goal. You can always fall back on a push if it lands on 6. But yeah, Calgary's had a couple of days. I guess a day off since coming back. They finished a 4-game road trip. I'm going to go with the total here as well.
Carm, Ottawa and Anaheim, again, another massive favorite. Anaheim is anywhere from minus 220 to minus 250. The over and under is 6 in this game. And, both teams are on an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Prior to that, though, Anaheim was the hottest team in all of hockey, but my God, have they fallen apart. Anaheim is 19-17 on the season. Ottawa 15-23. There is no chance I will bet Anaheim in this game. The over and under is 6, Carmen. You know where I lean is on the under here. I mean, Ottawa is playing to the over almost every single game, 4 games in a row, 5 of their last 6. Anaheim plays to the under, Carm, 3 in a row, 6 of their last 7. I think Anaheim has to win this hockey game, especially after a piss-poor performance against Edmonton on Saturday night. And the only way Anaheim wins any game is if it goes under. I'm taking the under in this hockey game.
No, I understand, and you can make a case. Obviously, you can make a case for Anaheim. They're at home, and if you look at their a couple of their losses, they lost to Vegas Golden Knights, who are just beating everyone right now. Tampa Bay, the best team in hockey. I find that Edmonton lost a little troubling. Losing 4-0 at home. But it's tough to make a case for either team when they've lost 8 in a row, and the Senators have allowed, during that 8-game losing streak, they're being outscored, or they're allowing 4.63 goals per game. That's literally 5 goals a game they're allowing. It's tough to take an under with a team that's allowing almost 5 goals a game. I understand what you're saying.
I know here's the problem, Carm.
The Ducks have to be better defensively tonight, and who knows? Maybe they pitch a shutout tonight, and you get nothing from Ottawa tonight. So maybe the under is the way to go here, but it's just two teams in horrible slumps right now. Obviously, Ottawa is going to be at the bottom of the league, or bottom of the East, fighting out with New Jersey, let's say right now. When we get into the second half of the season, we expect better from the Ducks. So if you're gonna take anything tonight, I think it's the Ducks, and I think if you're gonna lay any number tonight, it's always tough to lay that 2-10 juice. Is you lay the puck line maybe, or you do the Dave Koken thing where you lay half a unit on the money line, you lay half a unit on the goal line, and you reduce that juice.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, but and I understand Ottawa's defense is a total disaster. But if you go back and you look over Anaheim's, say, last 8 games where they've lost every one of them, they put up 0 against Edmonton, 2 against Vegas, 1 against Tampa Bay. They did put up 4 against Arizona, but then 2-0, 1-1. I mean, this team is struggling to put up 2 goals a game. And even with Ottawa's terrible defense, I can't see Anaheim putting up 4 goals tonight. And I think they have no choice but to shut Ottawa down. I think this game is 3-1 Anaheim. I like the Dave Koken strategy, but I'd rather take Anaheim in regulation, and I like under the total. Listen, I forgot to give out a promo for you at the beginning of the show, so let me do it now. You're on a 24-6 NHL run, is that correct?
I lost last night. I just lost last night. Let's leave it there. I don't think I ever had a chance of winning. I had the total in the Tampa game, and they're just the best team in hockey. They completely shut down Columbus. At no point in that whole game, I'm telling you, at no point in that whole game did Columbus ever look like they could score a goal. It was unbelievable. It just reminded me of the New Jersey Devils of the neutral zone trap days. It was unbelievable what I saw from Tampa Bay last night. It's great to watch if you're just watching it, but if you have the total, it's an absolute clusterfuck, for lack of a better word.
Well, listen, I got to give out a promo for you, but just so you know, Carm, the neutral zone trap game of the late 90s, it wasn't actually New Jersey. New Jersey played the left wing lock. Style of the trap game, but a different style to what other players were playing. They were literally trying to funnel teams using their left winger towards Scott Stevens, who is a god on the blue line. Anyway, the rest of your season, Carm, you're killing it in hockey. You've made so much money for customers in hockey that they've flown to Vegas to bet it on red. The rest of the season for $395. That's your entire season and playoffs. It's half price. Go to WagerTalk.com. Use the promo code NHL395. I love you, you bald, sexy man. I will see you Saturday at our annual 40-person chili poker tournament. Wear the hockey shirt. I'll pick you up, but I won't drive you home because you'll be out early, and I'm playing till the end.
I got one more stat for you before you go because you like the under in that game tonight. Using tonight's number of 6 in 17 games at the Honda Center, the under is 14-2-1.
Yeah, well, that's because Anaheim plays to the under. How about that ace-queen fold?
That is unbelievable. Listen, that's at the PCA in Bahamas. You know, it's literally on the river. She gets
she flops queen, king, queen. No, king,
queen.
What was it?
She has ace queen. It comes king, 9, queen with 2 spades. The guy with aces checks. She checks behind. Turn is a queen. He checks. She bets. He calls. River's an ace. Gives him aces over queens full. Gives her queens over aces full. He checks again. She bets. He moves all in. And she tanks for about less than a minute and then folds ace-queen face up.
One of the best folds I've ever seen in my life. And a fold that I can't make there, Carm. I mean, the bottom line is...
I don't think a lot of us could.
No, well, if you watch the hand, he didn't overbet those aces pre-flop. He didn't bet the aces on the flop. He didn't raise on the turn. I don't know how you can put him on a pair of aces. One of the most incredible folds I've ever seen in my life. But Carm, I think that fold is wrong.
No, I don't think so. I read her interview the next day, and she literally said that it's not what happened on the river, but what happened pre-flop and on the flop. She figured on a draw-heavy board, he's betting all of his draw hands. So he was strong pre-flop because he 3-bet her. His check on the turn when another queen comes literally convinced her that he had aces or kings. And I don't think she's just blowing smoke. I think that...
Listen, I respect her read, Carm, but here's the thing. You got a draw-heavy flop. 2 spades and a straight draw, and you're telling me aces are going to check there?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of what you see is.
So he's playing scared and then pulls it out at the end.
No, he's gonna bet. He's always gonna. As she stated, he's gonna bet ace king every time on a draw heavy board. But with aces, you have to remember it's a 3-bet pot. Is she calling with? She's not calling with Jack 10 on the button. She's not calling with likely not calling with a couple spades in her hand. So. I think it was it was the right move by her. Listen, a lot of us go bust. All of us go bust. Yeah, I see some of the pros analyzing the hand afterwards, and they're talking about the same thing. But in that moment, when you have you fill up on the river, queens over aces full, and to think that a guy has kings or aces in his hand, we just can't. We'll never believe it. So we're gonna go bust. But it's like talking about the 1%. Maybe she's in that upper 1% in her thinking. Sometimes you make that. Sometimes you think it out and you're wrong. But
Carm, he's going to make the same move with king queen.
I don't think he's ever bluffing there for his tournament life.
I don't know, man. That is the best fold I've ever seen in my life, and a fold that I can't make. He's Carmine Bianco. I'm the Prez. It's puck time. Head over to WagerTalk.com. Use the promo code NHL395 for Carmine's entire season and playoffs. And go to m2designs.ca and buy one of the John Lennon shirts from my daughter. Plus, she's got a Bob Marley up there. Carm, you're the best. See you Saturday. Love you, man. Listeners, thanks so much. And we'll see you tomorrow with Alex B. Smith and Andrew McGinnis.
All right. Good luck, guys.